you are beginning to really grip and understand your true vibrational nature. You're used to being physical, but you're truly vibrational. You are more vibrational than this physical body. You are vibrational. You are this infinite intelligence, this stream of source consciousness that is here as an extension, a physical extension with these five senses in order to observe and be on this leading edge, to have desire, to be inspired to desire, and see those desires all the way to the fruition of to the physical manifestations. You're here for that, and you just have to understand how to do it. You are vibrational. That's exactly how you do it. You're emanating a vibration, and law of attraction then matches you with things that are similar to the vibration that you're offering. You create with your thought, your vibration. Vibration and thoughts are the same thing. And so it's very important not only to manifest everything that you want, but to also understand exactly what's going on in your reality, to understand exactly why things are coming to you, and why, most importantly, why you feel the way that you feel. Your emotions are only about one thing. Your emotions are not about, I feel negative emotion. I feel sad because I don't have any money in my bank account. It's not about your physical reality at all, actually. It's about your vibrational nature. It's about your vibrational alignment. Your emotions are only about your vibrational alignment. They're about these vibrations. And so you have to understand that you're not the only point of attraction in your mix. There's 2 points of attractions that equal your emotions, that equal this vibrational mix, which is what your emotions are all about. Your emotions are all about this vibrational mix that you have going on in any given moment. Because where you stand right now, your now moment is your reality, how you're feeling in this now moment. Whether it's angry, whether it's excited, whether it's depleted, whether it's nourished, whether it's vital or elated or sad or depressed or angry or revengeful. Whatever your emotion is, that's what your reality is. That's what equals your point of attraction. And your point of attraction is your reality. Manifestation is all about translation and perception, perceiving your desires. You have to perceive your desires. And so the best way to go about all this is understanding that you're first a vibrational creature, and everything that you want is really for an emotion, and you can create that emotion within yourself. And that's what an unconditional alignment, that's what an unconditional creator like you is all about. For you really are here for unconditional alignment. That's what creation is all about. It's about unconditional alignment. It's about feeling a certain way no matter what the conditions say. It's about feeling a certain way. It's about being so infatuated and being so focused on a vibration, not for what it will give you, but for the feeling in the moment of that vibration, of being in resonance with that vibration. And so that's all you really need to know. If that's all you understand, then that's all you really need to know. You just need to understand that good feels good and bad feels bad, and bad is bad for you, because when you have negative emotion, it means that you're going off in the deep end. But as you feel good, you're going to have the manifestation that you want. And so you get to the point where you feel like, yes, I'm on the brink of a manifestation because I feel good about this desire. For my desire feels pure. It doesn't feel mixed in with resistance. I'm not bringing the reality in with me of the past. My desire is pure, meaning when I think about it, it's free flowing. It makes me feel good. I feel elated. I feel enthusiastic. I feel optimistic instead of pessimistic. That's what pure desire is all about. And when a desire is pure like that, it must manifest. It is manifesting all over the place. And the first manifestation, which is the most important manifestation, is the emotion. So back to this idea that everything that you want is for a feeling. You see, everything that you want is for a feeling. And that really is the basis of unconditional alignment, is understanding that everything is a feeling. Everything is a feeling, because there's nothing that you're going to experience later that's going to feel better than where you are right now. You see, you know that you're ready for a desire when it just feels logical. It doesn't feel big, and you don't think of your money and your fortune and your literary empire as something that will change your life, as something that's so outlandish that when it does come, it's going to make you feel so much better. And in the absence of, because when you really want something, the fact that you really don't have it is really playing a big part in your vibration. Sometimes, if you're not willing to be focused, if you're not willing to understand this vibrational essence that we're talking about. And so when you really want something, the absence plays a really big part in your vibration, because you're yearning, because you want it and you can't live without it. And in this now moment, as you think about your desire, you're dissatisfied. You just want to get over there. That's what that feeling of yearning is all about. It's that feeling of that conditional love. Yearning is conditional love, whereas pure desire is unconditional love. And so when you're feeling like yearning, you need something to fill the hole. Yearning is being so dissatisfied with where you stand and looking at your manifestations as your desires as something that once I do have, I will feel so much better. And until I have those manifestations, until that's my bank account, until that's my life experience, until that's what I am experiencing, I'm not going to feel good. And you see, if that's the case, if you're living that type of unconditional love, then you have no shot at manifesting your desires, because you're the one who has to perceive your desire. It's not being awarded to you or given to you because you're proving your worthiness, because you're able to reach the highest possible frequency. Not at all. The universe is not like that. The universe is, at the second that you ask for something, is giving It's matching your desires. It's holding that place for you. It's gathering the cooperative components. It's allowing the law of attraction to shine its light on its point of attraction. You have 2 point of attractions, and one of them is resistant, which is yours because you have the free will. You can choose a frequency that doesn't feel good purely in the name of, oh, it's real. It's real. I should focus on it. It's real. And this person had it. So maybe there's some truth to it. Maybe I should focus on it. And your inner being who is non-resistant, who doesn't even look at the quote unquote bad things, for it's purely unconditional. It understands that there's nothing that no one wants that they can't have right now, exactly where they stand. And we know because you're used to being physical. So that conditional love is very simple. It makes sense to you in a physical sense because you're not used to this vibrational world. You're not used to looking at this vibration. You're not used to being so in love with an emotion. By feeling your desire, you're used to seeing your desire, smelling, tasting, touching, hearing. You're used to that. And so if it's not here in front of you, you're going to call it absent. And that's what we're saying. That's where that conditional love comes into place, that yearning feeling. Because if your desire is absent right now and you can't live in the absence of it, meaning the only thing that will make the absence better is actually having the manifestation, then you know what that means? You're not going to be really happy. You're not going to be able to stay up to speed with life and all of its variety and all the contrast and all the complete new desires. They're going to kick your ass. Manifestations really are not they're not really what you're looking for. And yes, you did come here to be physical, and we're not at all, denying you your manifestations because there's something more spiritual. It's not like that at all. You see, there's not another world that you're trying to get into because that world is better and this world is just your test. It's not like that at all. It's actually all here. All of it is here. No one dies or no one departs or has what you call your death experience and goes somewhere else that you're trying to get into. Heaven is here right now in this now moment. But the question is, are you allowing it? Are you perceiving your manifestations? And that's the thing, is, are you perceiving it? Isn't it interesting? That's a really good way to put it, because if you're realizing it, then you're right on the path. And we understand, because it is a little bit of a learning curve. We're saying that the vibrational reality is already equipped, and since your inner being's in there, and since your inner being is what your emotions are all about, then what that means is you have already vibrationally become all of your desires. So to your inner being, to all of non-physical energy, you are already vibrationally where you want to be. Right? Because you can tune into it. Isn't it interesting? You can tune into your desire. You can't stand where you stand and claim that your desire is absent. You can't yearn for a desire that will make you feel better. You have to look in the vortex, because when you look in the vortex, you harmonize with it. You tune to it and you feel the emotion of it. And as you feel the emotion of it, now the absence doesn't bother you, because you're tuning to the vibrational version. And in tuning to the vibrational version, you feel satisfied. And not only do you feel satisfied, but the absence of your desire doesn't bother you, for you understand. And now, as a result of listening to this and hearing us expand, the world, and just your understanding that there's nothing that you can't have right now. There's nothing that you're waiting for. There's no better place that you're waiting to get to. And in the meantime, you're just bored. It's not like that at all. It's now. If you're feeling good now, then the next moment will be better and better and better, because it gets better and better and better. Success is a gradual thing. It's not overnight, because you're not going to change your frequency overnight. You're not going to change your frequency right away. You're going to practice yourself into the receiving mode. You're going to practice these frequencies. You're going to practice your desires until they feel so logical that in the absence of them doesn't even bother you, because you know so much. It's like you have to know that your desire exists even though you can't see it. The knowing has to be more present. The knowing has to be something that's so much more interesting to you. For this now moment really is your power, and your desires are now real, and you could logically and vibrationally claim your desires as real. We want you to claim your desires as here right now, and you're just getting better at perceiving it. And there is a bridge that is required, because when you're only a physical creature, but the thing is, we know you as a vibrational expert that you walked into this earth as, into this experience, into your bodies as, because while you were in the non-physical, before you were in this body, you were non-physical energy. You were this source energy that you are now trying to not only connect to, but you are now trying to get to do, well, let's even say better. Source has already done all the work for you, and you're trying to become one with that source. And that's what your emotions are all about. Are you one with source, or are you pinching yourself off from source? Because there's no source of evil. You could just be in any given moment deciding to hold a frequency, deciding to practice a vibration, to focus on a vibration that literally separates you from your source energy. And you have your reasons. And we're not telling you that the reasons are not wrong, and we're not even telling you what you're saying is not real, because if you're perceiving it, then But see, the thing is, if you're perceiving it, then it's a manifestation, because all manifestation is your ability to perceive. It's not like this is a world and it's here and then you're perceiving it. It's that you're actually perceiving it into a reality. It's your version of reality. It's your perspective. No one sees anything in the same way. And so that's why arguing over who's more right is never the way to go, because everyone is right, because everyone has their own point of attraction. Everyone is being responded to by the law of attraction fairly. So all of you are right, even in your perceived wrongness by another, you still are right, because that's your perspective. But the question is, it's not whether it's right or wrong. The question is, does it feel good? Because if it feels good, now you have real information. Now you have a way to truly discriminate, because it's not about who's right and wrong. It's about who's under the influence of source, meaning who's feeling good and who's not under the influence of source, because they're under the influence of what's real, of something else, of mankind, of something that's completely different from source, because that stuff you do not get from source. So when you're looking to create your desires, when you're looking to create the life that you want, you have to understand that it has already happened. And so everything that you want, if you can find the vibrational essence, because there's nothing that you want that in finding the vibrational essence right now, you're not in a really good place to manifest it. That's the thing, is that if you spend the time to find the vibrational essence of your desire, so that when you think about what you want, you're thinking about how it makes you feel instead of what it looks like, instead of when it will come, instead of all the details that put you under pressure, that put you in that place of resistance, that split your energy because you don't have answers to a lot of these questions. You want something, and the absence of it really, really bothers you. That's the thing, is that we're trying to get you to be this unconditional sort of merging, blending being who really is that unconditional source energy. We want you to look at the absence of what you want, and instead of being mad at the absence, you're going to feel for it in the vortex. And in looking at the absence, you're being unconditional. You understand that, hey, this desire is not going to make me feel any more different than I have the ability to feel right now, because I can focus myself into alignment. And that teaches you, and your life has taught you that many times. It's those who are really sick, it's those who are in poverty who understand this the most, that conditions really don't have to matter. And they don't matter, because you can always choose how you want to feel. You can be hopeful about your poverty, or you can be pessimistic about your poverty. And that's what makes the difference between those who are rich and those who are not. The difference between those who are successful and those who are not successful is that the ones who are successful, they're okay with emotion. They're okay with emotion, and so the condition must follow. That's the law. But those who are not successful, they want the condition first. They want the condition first, and if they don't have the condition first, they're not happy. They're not excited. They're not living the life that they want. They're holding off until they get it, and until they get it, and since they're not getting it anytime soon because of their vibrational attitude and their vibrational belief and their vibrational holding pattern that they put themselves in, then that's the thing. They don't get to experience their desires. But fear not, because you will experience all of your desires once you leave your body and re-emerge back into the non-physical. You will get to reap the benefit of being all of that which you have come, and more. As a result of your life here, you've expanded the source energy that you walked in here with. So that's really good for you. But the thing is, we want you to experience the benefit now. We think that you can have all of your manifestations right now, but if you can get there with us and understand that if the absence of it doesn't bother you, because you know that in the presence of it, you're going to feel a certain way. So you practice that feeling right now, not to make it happen, but because that's what it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good to have it right now. And in the feeling good of having it right now, vibrationally and emotionally, meaning the money that you want, it's freedom. That's the vibrational essence. It's the freedom, the clarity. And so as you look for, the freedom of, where is the freedom in my life? How can I already feel free? Because we're telling you, you do feel free in many subjects of your life. The thing is, when you just focus on your problem, then law of attraction will just give you more of your problems. This is not about the art of solving your problems. This is the art of unconditional alignment. And as you are good at unconditional alignment, as you understand unconditional alignment, then you're really good at allowing. This is the art of allowing at its finest. So as you're allowing, then guess what happens? This is really the art of allowing. The art of allowing what? Allowing your well-being to be here in this now moment. Because as you're focused on your well-being, on what's working, then the things that are not working, they must fall by the wayside. They must, quote unquote, die as a result of your deactivation of those, because you're not focusing on anymore. So you're understanding all this, and you are on the brink of your manifestation. So make that bridge today. Understand that you already vibrationally have it. And so any thought that you think is really just to continue the momentum. So think of it, I'm on the brink of this manifestation, and it makes you feel elation. You feel it because you can literally feel the vibrational version. You tune to the vibrational version. So it's like knowing that it's going to happen. But the thing is, don't allow that not happening yet be the reason why you don't believe in it anymore. Continue to believe in it, because that's what unconditional alignment is all about. So continue believing in your desires, and they will become a reality, because that's what law of attraction promises you. That is what law of attraction is all about. And so enjoy the journey more, because there really is nowhere that you're going to get to that will feel better than you have the ability to feel right now. So focus yourself into feeling, because it's not more money that you want, it's the feeling of freedom. And as you feel the feeling of freedom, then the money doesn't feel like a big deal anymore. The money doesn't feel like yearning, because the people who don't have it, they yearn for it. That's the reason why they don't have it, because in the absence, they're saying, how did you do it? They ask the masters, like, how did you live in the absence of this? Like, I just can't work myself around it. And the successful people, they'll say, I just figured it out. I believed in the dream. I kept believing in the dream until the dream. I spent all my time dreaming. And even in, the circumstance, the conditions that I was in, spent all of my time dreaming. And then the dream, as a result of momentum, had to inspire me to action. And that's the thing, is that you're going to be inspired to action. Things are going to start happening. Thoughts really do turn to things. And now you get to be the witness of it. Now you get to be the unconditional alignment person, the unconditional aligner of the frequencies, so that you get to be the perceiver of your manifestations, so that you get to be in on all of this, so that you, even in the absence of your desire, you still get to feel good, because that's the ultimate prize, is feeling good no matter what. And then you'll be one of those rare ones who run around being happy all the time. And people ask you, why are you so happy? And you're like, well, because everything that I want is going really good. And they're going to ask you, well, like, does that mean that you have the money? Like, do you have the book that you've been trying to write? Like, is it because you've been accomplishing everything off your list? And you say, yeah, pretty much. And they'll be like, well, where is it? Let me see it. And you'll say, well, it's not here yet, but it's here in my mind. I can feel it. I feel it. And they're going to say, oh, like, you're one of those, crazy ones who believe in things that they can't see. And you'll say, well, it's not that. You just can't see it because you're not in the vortex. You can't see it because you're not in alignment. But you don't tell them that. Tell them that. You just tell them you're going to see it in the perfect timing. And that's the thing, is that everything that you want is going to come in the perfect timing. But it's really what you do in the interim that determines whether or not your manifestations will come sooner or later.